Personal branding changed my life and it could change yours too. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. You guessed it, in today's video we're talking about personal branding and how it could change your life if you start using it. Because it's free to start. That's the exciting thing. But firstly, what is a personal brand? Well, I'm gonna give you my opinion, not ChatGPT's definition or Google, my opinion on how I see personal branding and what it is to me. Well, firstly, it's your voice. Nothing is oversaturated, because we hear that a lot. Oh, building a personal brand, building a business, starting on TikTok, YouTube, it's oversaturated, it's dead. Rubbish. It's for you to start immediately sharing your voice, your message. It's about your experiences and your values and your knowledge and who you are, because you are so different to everyone else. You have gone through different things, you've experienced it, you've seen the world in a different way, and you've taken in information in a different way, which can be relayed in a different way. It's not oversaturated at all. It's there for the taking and it's free to start. And what I would say to everyone watching this, starting your personal brand right now on all the platforms is pretty much free to play. But at some point, I think you'll have to pay to play. So start now. Okay, so how has it changed my life? Well, by being authentic and real in all of my content across all of my platforms, as you may have seen, I've achieved the following. So let me read this off my trusty notepad. Now on TikTok, I've achieved over £148,000 in collective revenue just from starting a personal brand. You could too. I've done nothing special, by the way. That isn't special to me. You could achieve a lot of money as well if you start, but that's the difference. I started and I stuck with it. I've achieved over 288 million views organically in 22 months since being on TikTok. I've built an educational business in 2023. Now that is set to do 6 figures within the next 6 months. Could be sooner. I've been invited to red carpet events. All these luxury like VIP nights. I've had food prep delivered to my doorstep by Thrive, big shout out to Thrive. For the last 6 months, they've been partnering with me. I have all my food for free. How cool is that? I'm hopefully gonna get all my pre-workout and protein for free. You could have that too, but you need to start a personal brand. I've had so many brand deals with big companies and corporations who have paid me thousands of pounds to promote their products and services. I've had sponsorships which have retained me for X period of time where they've paid me a monthly sum. I've had free restaurant invite, more than I've ever needed, to take my family out and go for just lovely meals that are all paid for by the restaurant on the house. And I've racked up bills of £200-300, all paid for because of my personal brand and my leverage. I've had countless amounts of podcast opportunities to share my story. Again, my voice, my values, my experiences with the world and those who listen. I've had big collaborations. I've had mainstream media publications. I've now just done my first radio appearance. I've done speaking gigs and I've got many more coming up. The lead generation from personal branding is insane. I don't know how any businesses now actually survive without having a very strong personal brand. Like if you compete with me and you haven't got a personal brand, but you're in the same kind of niche and industry, I'll outcompete you and I'll outwork you and I'll have all the leads. Just because my volume through my personal brand and all my social platforms is so much greater than someone who doesn't have a personal brand. Because essentially, the personal brand spearheads the back-end business. And look, if I had to say what has made me unique or what do I feel has helped, I've just been authentic, and key point coming up, I've not been boring. I think that's where people struggle with a personal brand, is they feel they don't really have anything to talk about. So they end up waffling, they add no value, which we're gonna come on to, and then they don't really grow, and then they feel it's pointless and it's not really a real thing. You kind of just have to have that value and experience and knowledge to share in a non-boring way. YouTube, I've done over 11.7 million views. It's been incredible for my authority, my credibility, my lead generation, my big collaborations that I've been able to do have come through having stamped my authority through YouTube. It's like the mothership. Like if you're not on YouTube, you should be. Share your story, document it. Don't worry about it being clunky. You know, I don't take out ums and big gulps now. I kind of try and keep it more natural. Start a YouTube channel. It will do great for your brand authority. And also be on brand all the time. I've got so much branded stuff. Peak Performance, I'm wearing Peak Performance shorts, Peak Performance laptop. This is one of my companies. And I'm always on brand. Always be on brand if you're in front of a camera. camera. Now I want to share with you my 6 top tips when starting a personal brand to make sure it does change your life, because a lot of people start but it never really has the right impact that they were hoping for, or what they were seeing from someone else. They were like, oh, I didn't have that. You might think, Aaron, sounds great for you, but I'd never be able to do that, dude. Well, you can if you follow these 6 tips. Number 1, you have to understand your message and the problem you are going to solve. Think of it like a business, because that is what a personal brand is. It's like that front cover, the window shop, to your back-end business. No one will listen in a world where the thumbs are swiping very quick. People's attention span is very short, but if you're solving a problem, or you're making someone more money, or you're educating them, you have their ear, which is the biggest asset right now, is attention. And I'll give you a formula which I've spoken about before. And that is the hook, attention, solution, retention equals validation equals conversion. That's the formula that you want to apply to your personal branding across all of your social media handles. You have to solve a problem and it cannot be about you. Number 2, go all in on one platform until successful. Focus, the acronym. Finish one course until successful. It's no good being a jack of all trades and a master of none, where you've tried to grow all your platforms at once and you've never really taken off. Grow one platform, but understand that's where your audience might be, and then go hard on that. Number 3, volume and consistency has been my answer to success. My output has been so much more. My content that I pump out is so much more than the next person. Alex Hormozi talked about this. His business and personal brand really took off when he went from like 20 pieces of content a week up to 80. Now, don't get me wrong, he has the team to do that, the videographers, the editors and all that kind of stuff, but we all start somewhere. My output is far greater than someone else's. Volume and consistency. Now, number 4, outsource your editing ASAP. It will save you so much time and you'll be able to bang it out so much more, because your job is just to film. As soon as this YouTube video is done, it's going straight to my editor to do long form and short form. Number 5, always be on brand. We spoke about that. Always wear your own brand. And number 6, be proactive in creating your own opportunities. Never be idle. You want to work with a brand, outreach to them. You want to get a sponsorship, outreach to them. Don't sit on your hands thinking that as soon as you hit 5K, 10K, 15K, all these brands are going to want to work with you and they'll be at your feet. Oh, please work with me. We'll pay you thousands of pounds. It doesn't work like that. You'll soon find out. I've had people say to me, Aaron, I'm at a 10K, but I'm not getting any brands. How much outreach have you done? It's the same in anything. When people are wanting to make sales and you ask them, how many sales calls have you made? Or how many DMs have you made? Well, I've done 4 this week. I've done 100. You create your own opportunity through volume and consistency. So if you want to work with a brand, create the opportunity. It's like actors and actresses. They put themselves out there, they go for auditions, and then they get one big gig, and then the next film wants them, and then the next film wants them, and then you get this lovely organic compound effect through supply and demand. Okay, but don't make yourself too available and for too cheap. So those are my 6 top tips for growing a personal brand. Let me recap. Number 1, understand your message and solution to a problem. Number 2, go all in on one platform. Number 3, volume and consistency. Number 4, outsource the editing. Number 5, always be on brand so people start to visually recognize you. And number 6, be proactive in creating your own opportunities. I hoped this video has opened up your eyes to the power of personal branding. It's so important right now. I don't understand how businesses survive without a personal brand. I don't get it. I don't get how they're going to compete, and they won't in the future. This is only going to get bigger, people. I was invited to the first ever global TikTok summit in London. It was an eye-opener. The world is personal branding and live streaming, okay, on all platforms. So take this message very seriously. I hope you go on to thrive in building your personal brand. Your message is worthy of sharing with other people, because there are people out there that want to know what you know and what you've been through and how you overcame it. If you did like this video, let me know your biggest takeaways in the comments below. And until next time, do hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon.